more it seems like a journal entry, the better. The more it seems like an open letter, the better. The more true and honest and real it gets, the better. Taylor Swift. Hey Swifties! Today we are going to be writing a poem the way that Taylor Swift writes songs. I'll share the poem I write with you at the end of this, so stick around for that. And if anyone wants to put it to music for me, that would be magical. So, Taylor has said that she categorizes her songs into 3 groups: fountain pen songs, quill pen songs, and glitter gel pen songs. In her words, a fountain pen song is one that paints a vivid picture of a situation, down to the chipped paint on the door frame and the incense dust on the vinyl shelf. A quill pen song is where the words and phrasings are antiquated, like a letter written by Emily Dickinson's great-grandmother while sewing a lace curtain. And a glitter gel pen song is frivolous, carefree, bouncy, syncopated perfectly to the beat. I'm going to see what inspiration strikes me today, but I have a feeling I'm going to write a fountain pen song, since I think that aligns with my typical writing style, more than the other 2. But we shall see. I used to have a fountain pen. Let me see if I can find it. I went through a calligraphy phase in high school. Okay, I found it, but I won't be able to write with this today. This is terrible. How did anything ever get done in the 1800s? Is this a fountain pen? Maybe this is a quill. I don't know. But I have a feeling I'm going to be writing a mechanical pencil song today. So I'm going to try to be writing with Taylor Swift's typical structure as well. Like a verse, chorus, bridge, outro type of situation. And I'm also going to be aiming for emotional honesty rather than journalistic truth. That's something I talked about in my How to Write Poetry video, and I feel like it's something Taylor has been doing a lot in recent years. It's usually the approach I have to writing poetry, and I think that might be why Taylor's folklore Evermore era has been my favorite so far. Because she wasn't bound by having to relate factual events in her songs, but rather allowed herself to explore more fictional stories with an emotional honesty. Authenticity through emotion rather than strict truths. You know what I mean? So anyway, before I start writing, I need an idea. I have none. From what I've been able to find, Taylor grabs inspiration wherever it comes, either from books, movies, and nature, relationships, or dreams. She describes inspiration as this little glittery cloud that floats in front of your face, and you grab it at the right time. She often seems to be able to write best in the middle of the night, so I feel like I might have some night writing in my future. So I'm trying to think like Taylor Swift. I'm wearing a cozy cardigan, and to begin the day, I'm going to light a candle and make cookies. I feel like that's something Taylor would do. That didn't really give me any sparks of inspiration. I literally just thought about making cookies the whole time. So now, what would Taylor do? WWTSD. I feel like I remember an interview from several years ago where she said she'd been spending a lot of time in nature to help her come up with song ideas. Even if I'm making that up, it seems like a good place to start. So it's kind of a strange day out today. It's unseasonably cold, and I don't know when this video is going to go up, but we're currently in June, and we're in that long lull between holidays where no one really knows how to decorate their yard. So you've got everything from Easter decorations to the 4th of July. I did also see some fairy gardens, but while I was walking, it sort of got me thinking about time and the passage of time. And those moments where time seems to change, like, overtly. And also the visual representation of time passing, like with changes of weather or with yard decorations. It's just odd out there today. It's like a cold, like it kind of almost feels like fall in June, with all sorts of different holidays being represented in people's yards. I don't know, but it got me thinking, and I think we're going to run with this idea for a little bit while I start my poem. So, I actually don't know if Taylor usually types her song drafts or writes them with pen and paper. She seems like a pen and paper type lady, so I might lean towards that today. I usually do a mix of both, although I have been starting this poem on my computer just because it's faster. But when I need to brainstorm again, I'm going to go back to pen and paper. I have heard that she often dictates notes into her phone, especially in the middle of the night when she wakes up with the perfect line or melody, and she needs to capture it really quickly, but I don't think I can do that. Speak into my phone with this anxiety? No way. Don't think I can. So I'll have to pass on that. I'm sorry, Taylor. But I got my notebook and I got my mechanical pencil. So far it's been going okay. I wrote what I thought of when I was outside into my Word document, just because it felt better, and then I was trying to come up with the rest of it. I'm trying to tell a story. Got mostly imagery outside, but I put the rest of it, or the start of the rest of it, in this little notebook. Yeah. Poetry is weird. Sometimes I'll think of a poem and write the whole thing in a day, and I really like this idea that I've gotten, and I've gotten some really good imagery. I'm trying to tell it as a story. We shall see. I'm going to keep working on it. But I thought I would take a little break here and talk about our old friend T. I have been a T Swift fan since the beginning. Back in the day, my sisters and I would be sitting around folding laundry, watching country music videos since we weren't allowed to watch MTV. And when Teardrops on My Guitar came out, we were like, there's no way this is a true story. She's so pretty. How could anyone not want to date her? And because my sisters and I all liked Taylor so much, my dad started learning about her, since he was always our chaperone dad. And he found out that news articles would always call her T Swift, so he started sending us email updates about her, and the subject line would just be T, or my good friend T. It was so cute. And Fearless came out 6 days after I turned 16, and it had the song 15 on it, and I loved it so much I felt like she had written it for me. I even dressed up as Taylor Swift once for Halloween in high school, and besides Tom Chapin when I was a tiny baby child with my family, Taylor Swift was the first concert I ever went to. And it was actually there that I first became really enchanted with words and the reach that they have, like the ability to speak to other people through art and language without ever meeting them or even living in the same time period. I really held on to that feeling when I first started writing, and actually I think I still hold on to it now. All thanks to Taylor. So I feel like I am perfect for this writing challenge. She and I are simpatico. She has cats, I have cats. It's perfect. She doesn't know that I exist, but it's fine. Just after midnight, Taylor's hour. The poem's coming along nicely. I'm gonna read it to you tomorrow because it's late and because I want to look over it again before I read it to you, but yeah, I actually really like it. So it's just a poem at the moment, it's not a song. I don't know how to write music, but it's been a very cozy day, and I'm hoping that you guys also like it when I share it with you tomorrow. To read you my poem. I actually like it. But first I was just going to tell you how I felt about writing like Taylor Swift, about this little experiment. I really liked it. First, it made me feel really close to Taylor Swift, which was fun. And second, writing a poem with the intention of making it work as a song gives the process some sort of extra intensity or something. Like, writing poetry can sometimes be quiet or subdued somehow, which isn't a bad thing. But writing this poem and trying to make it song-like or lyric-like, I don't know, it just made the whole process richer somehow. Like more fun or more intense. I don't know. Intense, that's not the right word because it was cozy. Comforting. I don't know. I just really liked it. And I do think I'll try writing like this again. Like, not necessarily writing just like Taylor Swift or even writing with the intention of creating a song. I just liked the process of it. I don't know if it was like easier to find rhythm in the poem. I don't know. It was pleasant, enjoyable. I do recommend. So now, the moment you've all been waiting for. And I've been praying. Okay, I'm gonna read this poem. Okay, here we go. Coward's Secret by Elizabeth Coyle. Paper ghosts and cotton spiders haunt the yards of corner houses. Careful, here the sidewalk splits in two. It used to be a sugar maple, but now it's just a hole with gravel. That mailbox painted black, it's not in use. New England trees and LA money, don't you think it's kind of funny that no one's ever heard of here before? Actually, I don't mind it. I'd rather we could keep our secrets. The path between 2 yards, a hidden world. Sunburned cheeks and stolen glances, imaginary lives on standby. All we had to do was grow up slow. You said you'd make it, nameless places. You'd keep a room for me, no questions. Late nights charting paths into the sun. Placing bets on who'd escape here first. I always knew I'd stay, but not like this. Here's the tree where you first kissed me, and that's the street where you went missing. A night I've tried so hard but can't forget. When red and blue meant patriotic summer parties, not flashing lights and apathetic men. It's been 48 hours. The cops are on a smoking break again. On the hood laughing, how the fuck could this happen? Early snow and icy roses. You're the boy with his own choices. That's how they talk about you in this town. As if you'd leave without your sneakers, your phone, your keys, self-righteous whispers. They called the race before it had begun. I knew you'd never leave mid-sentence, cruel world and me defenseless. It never was your style, and it's still not now. Your body's somewhere out of reach, but your memory's entrenched in me. I'm scared of moving on without your touch. You always were the braver one, the louder one, a talent born in a boring town. You're not buried in the ground, but beneath my bed. And here's my coward's secret. If I knew it'd end like this, I would have run.